So if you want to become the niche, you actually need to start with one. Welcome back to part 2 of how to create a personal brand, and I'm here to make showing up so much easier for you. And this week we're here to talk about my absolute favorite topic, and that is defining your content lanes. Now, I remember years ago when I hadn't defined my content lanes, I was out talking about anything and everything. And the reality is that it's really confusing for your audience if they don't know what you stand for. In fact, when you try to say everything at once, people hear nothing. Imagine if I showed up now and started talking about engineering. You'd be a little confused about who I am and what I'm now standing for. So defining your lanes is a super critical part of your overall personal brand, but it doesn't need to be difficult. Here's a really quick way for you to create your 4 content lanes. I want you to grab a pen and paper, and I want you to turn on a timer for 20 minutes and sit and write down everything that you love talking about. What drives you? What motivates you? What could you talk all night about? Now, what's super interesting is when you reflect on this list, you're going to start to see really clear themes. You can start to create buckets and more buckets and more buckets. And from that, you will very quickly get to 4 key themes. And that's it. That's as simple as it is. They're your 4 content lanes. Now, the reality is your content lanes change over time. Mine are forever changing. So you need to think of your content lanes as like your signature topics. And for me, my content lanes at the moment are personal brand and strategy, the founder journey in my next chapter, workplace inclusion, and productivity and systems. Now, every one of these has a job. One builds credibility, one creates connection, one adds a bit of personality. And here's the magic. When your lanes intersect, that's where your best content lives. Like leadership meets remote work, and suddenly you're not just another voice, you're the only one saying that. So my advice this week is to start simple but stay consistent, and you can always evolve these later. The goal isn't to go viral, it's to be known for something that matters. And remember, your lanes don't limit you, they just help you stand out.